Hello, everybody. Welcome to my Week 7 NFL predictions. It's Thursday night, and tonight's game features what I think is probably the cupcake of the week, the New England Patriots over the New York Jets. The Jets are just a really bad team. Geno Smith last week, even though they gave Denver a little bit of a push, they still lost by 14. Patriots have seemed to have righted the ship as well in their last two wins, beating Cincinnati by quite a bit and beating Buffalo by 15 points last week. This is in bad weather tonight. It's raining out quite a bit, as you can tell by my fluffy hair here, in Foxborough, locally for me. But I think the Patriots are going to win. Maybe it's not as much of a blowout, but they will cover. New England 21, the Jets 10. All right, next game, obviously, I'm going to talk about the Broncos. The Broncos are favored by 6.5 points over San Francisco. San Francisco is a good team, 4-2, coming into 4-1 Denver next Sunday night. I like the Broncos to win because they're playing well and they're playing at home. San Francisco's offense, I'm not sure if they can keep up. Their defense is fantastic, so the score will be kept down somewhat. I say it's going to be Denver 24-17, half-point cover. Next game, Kansas City's getting 4.5 points at San Diego. I like the way the Chiefs have played this year. Even though their record's only 2-3, they've hung in some games, like going to Frisco a few weeks back before their bye week, etc. San Diego didn't play great last week. They still won. I call that the cupcake of the week. Boy, it's like someone stamped on my cupcake because it didn't cover. And my pool was lucky to go 13-2, and of course, one of the games I tell you I lose here. How funny is that? Best week I've ever had. I like the Chiefs to hang in there against San Diego, but San Diego will ultimately win but not cover. San Diego 27, Kansas City 23. Another game that I like here is Seattle favored by 6.5 at the St. Louis Rams. Seattle lost to the Cowboys last week, which I was lucky enough to have Dallas with the points. I thought Seattle would win, but Dallas would cover. Seattle's not going to be very happy. And from what I saw of the Rams on Monday night, they're not a very good team. Austin Smith, whatever his name is, Austin Davis, I think will really struggle against Seattle. Seattle's going to be pissed off after what happened last week. Seattle's going to lay the wood to them. I think they're going to win 27-10 in St. Louis. Another game I have here, Miami's getting 4.5 at Chicago. I know Miami just blew it last week, but they did cover, which I was happy about. They're getting 4.5 in Chicago. Chicago played well as well against Atlanta, another team that I think is a train wreck. The Falcons are pretty bad. I'm going to take the Dolphins to cover against Chicago. And you know what? I think they can upset them. Miami 21, Chicago 17. But at the very least, I think Miami will cover. Another game is Cincinnati's getting 3.5 points at the Colts. Cincinnati tied last week against Carolina, not playing very well. They blew a little bit of a lead, and then Carolina took the lead, went back and forth. And then their field goal kicker, Shank, won at like 37 yards in overtime. Pretty sad to lose a game, tie a game like that. Carolina covered, which I was happy about. The Colts have come on. They've won 4 in a row after starting 0-2. I like the Colts to win this game outright. Indy 27, Cincinnati 20. I think the Colts are just a little bit better than the Bengals are. The Browns travel to Jacksonville, 5.5-point favorite. Boy, the Browns laid the wood to Pittsburgh last week by 21 points. I said before the year that I believed in them, that they would be better. They are playing better. And if they win, they could even get closer to first place this week, which I think they will, because Jacksonville, even though they covered last week, is still not very good. Cleveland 23, Jacksonville 14. Another game has the New York Giants getting 5.5 at Dallas. Dallas is one of the hottest teams in the league, winning 4 games in a row, especially after beating the Seattle Seahawks last week. I think the Cowboys are playing really well. They have a good offensive line, and the Giants are so up and down like a roller coaster. They look good a couple of weeks ago when they destroyed Washington on a Thursday night, and this week they lost 27-0 to their rival. Pretty sad. I like the Cowboys to continue their roll. Dallas 27, Giants 17. Monday night game. The Houston Texans 3-2 travel to, I believe, 3-3 Pittsburgh. Maybe Houston's 3-3 as well. I stand corrected. Houston's getting 3.5 points at Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh's really not a good team. The way that they played last week against Cleveland showed that they've slipped quite a bit. I think the Texans are going to win outright. Texans 27, Pittsburgh 21. I just think that J.J. Watt will be too much for Roethlisberger to be running around quite a bit. Another game. Oakland's getting 3.5 points against Arizona at home. Oakland played really well last week till the end of the game when David Carr decides we only need a field goal. We're at 45-yard line of San Diego. Let's throw it up for grabs near the end zone and get picked. Stupid play, as well as he played. I think Arizona's defense will be too much. I know Arizona struggled against Denver, but this is Oakland. Oakland's horrible. Arizona 24, Oakland 13. All right, well, I hope you like my picks, and I hope you do well yourselves. Everybody have a good rest of the evening and a good weekend, and enjoy all the games. Thank you.